Hello, my name is Linda Watson. I'm a very dedicated student of Dr. and Master Sha, who is a world-renowned spiritual teacher and healer. I met Master Sha in 2012 in San Francisco, California, at a soul enlightenment retreat, and that day changed the rest of my life. I learned my purpose in life, which is the purpose of my physical life is to serve my spiritual life. It was a very profound teaching, and I also learned to achieve spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical wellness. I just needed to do 4 things, and they are: 1, receive blessings, which I did that day from Master Sha and many more since that time. 2, do sincere forgiveness practice. 3, serve others to make them healthier and happier. And 4, be grateful for everything. So this is my healing story. On January the 9th of this year, I slipped on the ice and broke my arm. The first thing I did was thank God for the test, and then I began to do a forgiveness practice and chanting. The second thing I did was ask my husband to take me to urgent care. So we arrived at urgent care, and x-ray was taken of my arm, and I had a very severe fracture. They called it a displaced fracture of my shoulder. It was right here. It was broken all the way through. And the x-ray also showed that I had osteopenia, which is a thinning of the bones that happens as you age. So when you do a simple thing like fall down, you break a bone. So they put me in a sling and told me to go see a surgeon. I made an appointment for 11 days later. And in the meantime, I followed the 4 things I had learned from Master Sha. I got blessings from other soul practitioners. I continued to serve by doing my morning call, which is a forgiveness and chanting practice on the telephone. And I gave service to those who came to me needing blessings. And I continued to be grateful for everything. So 11 days later, I saw the surgeon, and he said he'd looked at my x-ray and that I really couldn't expect to achieve much in the way of range of motion, and that I would probably always be stiff and sore in that area, just based on the fact that I had the osteopenia and my age, which is 68. So he, that day, prescribed physical therapy for me 3 times a week for 6 weeks. And 11 days later, I had my first physical therapy appointment. But in the meantime, I kept doing the 4 things I'd been taught by Master Sha. So on the 11th day, I went to my physical therapy appointment, and she asked to see my range of motion, which was much improved. And I had done nothing except what I had been taught by Master Sha between the time I'd seen the surgeon and my first physical therapy appointment. So she was saying that she didn't understand why the surgeon had prescribed so much physical therapy, because my range of motion was really already pretty good. So we did 1 session of physical therapy, and she gave me some exercises to do at home. So then, a week later, I saw the surgeon, and he said, "Show me your range of motion." Well, by this time, I practically had full range of motion back. I mean, I was doing this, and I had no pain, and he was absolutely amazed. He kept using the word remarkable, and he said, "You really don't need any more physical therapy," and I'd had exactly 1 appointment instead of 3 times a week for 6 weeks like he thought I would need. And he said, "You really don't need to come back and see me anymore unless you break something else." So that was that. And I kept doing all the things that I had learned from Master Sha. So 1 month later, my health insurance company said they wanted me to have a bone density test because the x-ray that was taken on January the 9th had shown osteopenia, the thinning of the bones. So they wanted to check that out. So I had the bone density test, and the little slip of paper came out of the machine, and the technician said, "You have very good bone density. Your reading is plus 1.3. Anything over -1 is normal for a healthy, young, female adult." And he said, "This does not indicate you have any osteopenia at all. You have very good, solid bones." So that was my healing story. I'm eternally grateful to Master Sha and all that he has taught me, and I continue to do all that he suggests. That's my story. Thank you.